What is going on, guys? Samurai Solo, and I am back with EA Sports UFC 3. And today I wanted to talk about, go over beginner mistakes and just mistakes, like I said, I see players make that I'm assuming are newer beginners to the game. And let's start with the first one. And the first one here is probably one I see the most, and it's one, we're outside distance. We can't land strikes from this position. And I'll see there's space here, and I'll see players that feel the need to fill this space up with something like this. They'll go like this. Or they'll do this. Or they'll throw the forward moving body kick. And they'll miss. And when you keep missing on strikes like that, and I'll see players continue to do it as the problem. We all whiff on strikes sometimes. That happens. That's going to happen. But when you continue to do it, it's not a good thing. One, missed strikes that hit the air, that completely miss your opponent, eat up the most stamina. Obviously more than a connected strike or even a strike that's just blocked. Number two, the bigger the strike, the more stamina you lose. Your short-term stamina and your long-term. So if you keep doing this and you're hitting the air, you're going to waste your stamina. You don't want to keep doing that. And number two, you open yourself up to get countered very easily or taken down. So let's have Conor throw head kick. Or let's have him throw a body kick. This is one I see a lot of. I'll see forward-moving body kicks a lot. And when players do, that's a free overhand for me. I'll always smash him with an overhand when I see that. Except that was a bad example because he actually landed. Because when a strike misses, it takes a second for you to get your block back up. You can't just instantly have your block back. It takes a split second, and if I'm quick enough when that whiffs, I can get a free shot in on you every time. And overhand's one of the best things to throw, so don't keep doing that. Another thing is takedowns, too. Look at the grapple advantage. Tony's a bad example because his takedowns are only an 85. That single leg of his has no range, but you get the idea. If I'm using a grappler or a good wrestler, you're going off your feet here, so keep that in mind. If you have an opponent that's backing away constantly, moving away, you don't, like I said, try to double jab your way in. Because a jab, see, look how much an overhand eats up stamina. Now look at the double jab. Not much. You can try to double jab your way in to close the distance. Feint, feint your strikes. And also don't chase, try to cut off and then close the distance on them. Whatever the case may be. But don't just keep throwing overhands and body kicks and head kicks that are just going to keep missing over and over. Another thing I see players that'll do, newer players, is they'll spam the same combo, repetitive combo. So let's have Conor go hook, 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 hook. Or they'll do 1-2, 1-2 over and over and over. So if someone's doing that, you can stop that very easy. 1-2, pull. 1-2, pull. Or we can duck that one. And then we can throw a pull uppercut if we want to. Boom, pull uppercut for more damage. 1-2, duck. And also you get a takedown off that big grapple advantage. And I don't even have to land a counter strike to get the takedown. I can just get under the hook and then take him down. 1-2. See what I mean? See that grapple advantage? So don't get repetitive with your combos. Mix up the number of strikes you throw and what kind of strikes you throw. Sometimes just throw a single strike, Sometimes throw a 2-piece, sometimes a 3-piece, or whatever the case may be. Then you can go to 4 pieces sometimes. Mix up the head and bodies. It depends who you're using or, what kind of opponent you're facing too. If you can be repetitive and it works, then great, go ahead and keep doing it. But if it doesn't, vary your stuff up. Let's see, another thing I see players do a lot is this. They'll, if we're standing in that neutral position, go for a takedown right off the bat, and you'll never get that takedown ever, unless you're playing someone that doesn't know what they're doing, or it's lagging really bad, because you can stop those takedowns all day. And I have a video that I'm going to link in the description that I made quite a while back explaining how to get takedowns, some good tips and tricks to get takedowns. It's not every trick in the book, but it's a good amount of them, and it will teach someone that's new to this game that wants to get the fight to the ground how to get it there. So like I said, I'll link that in the description. Another thing I see is we're going to have to go to the ground here, and I'm going to need a second controller for this. So let me get my second controller in, and I will be right back. Okay, let's have Conor here. Oh, I got to go to the sides here first. Excuse me. Let's see, select sides. There we go. Now I'm doing this with 2 controllers, 1 person here, so bear with me. Let's have Conor do a takedown. Actually, let's have Tony get on top of him instead. And this is how I always know, like, I'm playing a person that just doesn't understand what's going on when they keep doing this. Like, they'll continue to spam transitions. Whether you're on top or off your back, whatever position you're in, and one of your transitions gets blocked, we're going to have Conor sprawl out. I'm going to block his sprawl out. Do not immediately do a second transition. I'll see so many players do that. I don't know why. And even if it's a different transition, like say I sprawl, that gets blocked. Oh, I'm going to go half guard now. I have messed up and didn't block it, but you get the idea. Don't continue to do that, because you see how low his stamina gets. You lose stamina when transitions are blocked, and if you have bad grapple stamina, if your character doesn't have good grapple stamina, they're going to lose even more stamina. And number two, if you're facing someone like Tony Ferguson here, who's a submission master in this game, and I block one of your transitions, and then you immediately let me block a second one, your stamina is going to be so low, it's going to make it easier to get a submission. The lower stamina you have, the easier it is to get submissions, the more damage you take, the more stamina you lose, which is never a good thing. So keep that in mind. The ground game is a game of patience. If one of your transitions gets blocked, you have to wait a second. If your opponent tries to immediately transition, maybe you can block them. If you can't, that's fine. They get the pass or whatever they're going to try to do. Sometimes opponents will still just sit there. You have to wait a second. Look how long my grapple advantage lasts when Connor tries to sprawl out and I block it. See the grapple advantage meter right there. See how long that lasted? A little bit of time. So you want to wait till at least that goes away. Obviously, if you're playing ranked or if you have it turned off in quick fights, you can't see the graph, but you get the idea. You know, you have to wait a second. Like I said, just make sure not to make the mistake of just spamming transitions over and over. It's not going to work, and you're going to lose very quickly if you do that. And those are about all the, you know, beginner mistakes I see in this game. So hopefully this helps some people. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one, guys. I'm going to have some other tip videos here soon, but that's going to do it for this one. I do appreciate y'all watching. I will catch you all next time. Y'all have a great day. Peace.